This is a 2024 Defender 110 in Fuji white. The interior is listed as ebony, ebony, ebony. Triple black, I don't know. So the Defender 110 starts at $60,000. There's also a Defender 90, which is a coupe. Then there's also the Defender 130, which is a long version of this. But starting at $60,000, the Defender has a cool factor to it that very few SUVs have these days. I think the Lexus GX 550 that I just had was very cool. This just has a sporty, really cool size to it, and for $60,000 and all the drive modes and off-roading features that this has, I think it's actually a pretty good value. So on the exterior, we have these massive 22-inch wheels. This is an option. This specific model is built up to $88,000. So with options like air suspension and these wheels and the ebony, 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 and some off-roading packages, these can get very expensive, $88,000, $28,000 in options. So some of this optional equipment is the heated windscreen, heated washer jets, heated power wash. It has the comfort and convenience package, which is $1,000. It has the air suspension package, which is only $1,600. I would 100% get that. And that comes with the electronic air suspension and adaptive dynamics, but it also has 22-inch wheels, which are $2,200. The head-up display, which is $1,000. Ebony, ebony, Windsor leather, robustic seats with ebony interior. And then we have the premium upgrade interior package, $1,400, which is 18-way heated and cooled memory front seats and heated rear seats and extended black leather, 3-zone climate control, cabin air purification plus, the list goes on, but those are the important things. Now, so we have this little panel right here. I don't know if this is pretending to be like a step. I assume that it's not. So you have that there. You have Defender here with an actual open vent and heat coming out of it. So that's a cool feature. And also something really unique, two unique things that I'm about to point out here. One, this has this door that opens up like this. So the horizontal opening, and you have these skylights in the rear here. So I thought that that was a really unique feature in the back of this. Now it also has this button right here, which is an up and down button for the air suspension. So right now I'm lowering the car. If you were lifting something into the back, the rear of the car is actually getting significantly lower to make it easier for maybe your dogs to get up on here, or if you're loading in bags of topsoil from Lowe's or Home Depot, you know, whatever. I got no sleep last night. My daughter was up all night, so I'm a little toasted right now. Yeah, so I like these moonroofs. This plastic here that is around them is kind of cheap. I'm surprised it feels like it does. It also has a sunroof with an electronic shade that opens and closes, and the sunroof actually opens up as well. For the seats here, it's like a 60-40 split, so these seats go down totally flat. You have this pattern here that's like this ruggedized rubber on the interior. It's like an interior protection package for hauling things and being outdoorsy. That's what Land Rover people like to do. So onto the rear of the vehicle. I'm 6 feet tall. I have my seating position adjusted for me. So I have plenty of space back here. The seats are very comfortable. They are heated in the back. They are not cooled. You have two USB-C ports. Sorry. Two USB-A ports. I don't know why I thought it was USB-C. That's just what all other vehicles have right now. Two air vents there. No air vents on the ceiling or anything like that, but you have these nice grabs here. And you can see they're actually designed in a way that you could tie something down in the back. So you could actually use that as an anchor point, which I think is really cool. The other thing that you will notice, and now the color scheme of this vehicle kind of has the Stormtrooper feel to it, and you just have these open torque bits on the side of the door panel here, along with the Meridian sound system. So it's interesting, just a lot of exposed paint and body panels mixed in with nice leather. I just think they've done an interesting job. Like when you get in this car, it's kind of shocking to see, look at this little, got this little rubberized strap here. I don't know, that's fun to play with. And then you have this, like, again, it looks like rubber, but it doesn't have like a grippy feel to it, along with the heated seats back here. So it's a very interesting interior, and it's kind of shocking to get in. Another thing that's shocking is the steering wheel. This is the largest diameter steering wheel that I've ever had in a vehicle, and it has like this plasticky gray interior here. Like it's not rubber, it's just this really hard plastic that goes all the way across here. It says Defender. You do have a USB-C port up here and USB-A. as well as the 12 volt down here. And then you have this, you can see the cool box is on, and there's actually frost down there. It is incredibly cold. If you put, I don't know, like a can of Pepsi or whatever down there, sorry, a can of Pibb, Mr. Pibb, if you put that down in there, it would be ice cold. So I think that that is a really cool feature as well. You can also see that we have wireless Apple CarPlay here, and the display is very small, kind of goes away from the displays that are on all these other vehicles, just massive displays. And what they've done a really nice job of is mixing in buttons and technology and screens. So if I want to adjust one of the 7 drive modes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different drive modes, this has great off-road capability. I'm able to twist through them here, okay? So if I press that button, that disappears and it goes back into the AC functions if I want to turn it up or turn it down. If I want to do the cooled seat, you push in and you can adjust your level of cooled or heated seats. So I think that is just a nice way to eliminate buttons while still using buttons. So that is a really nice job that they've done there, along with the infotainment system. And this digital display up here, you can go through the various settings just by hitting this button. And then you can kind of look at different info on the right panel, display layout, the 2 dials, 1 dial. There's various different options to choose from. So for display layout, my favorite is the one that I just had it on. The dial in the middle, you can adjust this screen over here, and then over here it has your Apple CarPlay map integrated in there very nicely. So it's really clean the way they've done the interior on this. I actually like having the smaller screens in this thing and then having Apple CarPlay. If you don't want to use Apple CarPlay, their infotainment system is okay. It's nothing groundbreaking. You have information here like fuel economy, then you have like this one has the air quality sensor inside of it. You can see if the diff is open or closed, weight sensing. So you just have all of these crazy off-road features. You got your elevation check there. Crazy off-road features, a very basic display but functional, and we have wireless Apple CarPlay. That's what people love anyways, so we'll just leave it in there. So yeah, overall, it's very interesting how the whole thing is designed. Massive steering wheel, exposed body panels on the interior, Apple CarPlay, smaller screens, but how does it drive? Because most of us are gonna be driving this on the street with the air suspension. Let's hop in and go for a drive. So driving the Defender, one of the things that you're going to like is the visibility and how you sit up high. Now, like I said, this is optioned with the air suspension. Normally it just comes with springs and 20-inch wheels, so there's a lot there. But 406 horsepower, so you're looking at 17 miles per gallon city and 20 highway. Not great, but the power delivery is nice in this thing. Very smooth. If you need to get on it a little bit, it doesn't feel like too much of a pig. And it's just really comfortable. And the steering wheel, you get used to it. I mean, it's like driving a boat, sorry, conning a boat. I don't know, Apple CarPlay, nice visibility on all angles of the vehicle. Air conditioning works great. Cooled seats work great. And actually having this cooled air box, you can see we're using, we got a Gatorade in there right now. And it's like, why not make that something functional, something you could actually get use out of? So I really like that. And the air suspension just floats over that. To adjust the air suspension, you click this right here. Now we're gonna go into the low setting. So the front will dip, then the rear, then the front, and the rear. And then to throw it back up, normal height selected, it's reflected on the screen, and then we'll go to high mode, and it says off-road height selected. And I would assume, like I have a Rivian, so in my Rivian, there's a limit to how fast you can go while your air suspension is raised up, but we're going 48. Yeah, okay. So that's interesting. So in my Rivian, when I cross 48 miles per hour, it goes down to normal mode. This does the exact same thing. So there must be something, some type of regulation or whatever that makes you drop down. Yeah, overall, I think it's a very comfortable vehicle. There's a huge amount of storage up here. You can see we've got a drone. You know, normal people just store drones up in the front of their vehicle. I think the visibility is good. I love the look of it. Turns a lot of heads as you're driving on the road. I think it has a nice exhaust note to it, a really nice sound system. And it does, like I said, it does a nice job of mixing technology and buttons. So there are some buttons, but there's also multi-use buttons, like for the air conditioning, the cooled seats, the drive modes, all of that different stuff. I really like how they've integrated that without like eliminating screens or just having a massive screen that you're looking at, and then having Apple CarPlay integrated into your dash in front of you, into the digital dash, is really nice. So I'm a huge fan of the Defender. I could see myself potentially owning one of these. I would probably get one. I'd probably get the 110. I'd probably get it with the air suspension, and then I would look at what colors they have, because I just think for $60,000 to have a car that looks like this and has that curb appeal to it while driving really nicely and having some off-road features. Again, I'm not going to use the off-road features, but it's nice to have just in case, or if you just want to run over a few curbs or whatever in a parking lot, you know, you have that ability. So if you're interested in this, you may be interested in a Tesla Model X or a Rivian R1T, and I did a video comparing both of them, and you can watch it right here. You'll probably really like this video.